Hi guys, welcome to day 19 of the 60-day Dash Trader Challenge. Today is half a day that the market is open for. Closes at 1 p.m. because of tomorrow's 4th of July public holiday. We knew that the market was going to be choppy and that the price action would be a little bit different than normal, simply because a lot of traders are staying away and they're taking a 4-day weekend. So I knew that coming into today, there's not going to be a lot of stocks that are going to be, moving regularly the way that they would normally do. Um, so there's only really 3 stocks that we found, and lo and behold, I actually traded a low float momentum stock, which I don't do very often these days, but it was my biggest winner for today. Also, apologize for the way maybe that this is being presented today. I've got a bit of food poisoning of some sort, so I'm not feeling that fantastic. So I'm going to keep this one really short today. So Cara, saw this one popping up as the market opened. So overall, the first 2 candles were red, and then it kind of really got some strength into it, some decent volume coming in, and it just popped over the VWAP as well as all these moving averages here. This is the 20, this is a 9 EMA. And then as it touched the 9-day moving average, I thought it still had some strength in it. And this is a 5-minute candle, and I got in at $16.10. I think it was only, I didn't put my share size in the screenshot, I forgot to do that, but I think it was 400 shares. So it wasn't a big trade, but it was half a position, what I would consider thereof. And it popped up pretty much straight away, and my target was around $16.30. Now, how did I come up with that? That was almost like a daily level there, but I also was looking at it knowing that the market's quite choppy. So this was more of a scalp really. I wasn't really looking to make or for it to reach a specific target as such. And I sold in 2 lots, half here at I think $16.20 thereof, and then $16.25, a little bit higher, which is actually a really good trade looking back on it now, because it had that pullback and then now it's just kind of just doing nothing really. It's sitting within that range. So that was Cara. Actually, let's see where. So 16.13 is when I took this screenshot, and Cara is now. Why won't this load? All right then. And it's, wow, it's gone up an absolute hell of a lot. So look at that move. So this is where I got in and where I got out. This is a pullback I was mentioning. This is the screenshot that I had, and it's just coming leaps and bounds. So you may have a little bit of trouble getting over this 200, but this is a really, really good solid stock. Now, mind you, it's been beaten down the last few days. So this is also the reason why maybe it's getting a bit of momentum. Then EQT. Right, so EQT had a really bad risk-reward ratio, less than 1. Now that I look back on the trade, I was only looking to make 32 cents for it to go from my point of entry average to the 200-day average. But I was, prepared to lose 32 cents, which is what my average was up until this my stop loss. So very, very poor risk-reward on this one. It did work out. It was a bit of a sheep trade, to be honest. I did follow the moderator into this one. I'm not that proud of it, but on the other hand, there weren't many stocks moving at all today. And, this is kind of the next sorry, what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that this is the next stock of the rest of what was, I consider, a second or third class stock. Now, that doesn't mean I should be trading today, and I shouldn't be trading if that's what the market is, but I got into this, next time, hindsight, what I would probably do is try and get in a little bit higher if I possibly can, closer to the VWAP. But then that's hard to do sometimes because you just don't know, the chart doesn't give enough of a signal for you to come in at, at $59.60. You're taking a bit of a risk. You're kind of anticipating. And our job as traders is not to anticipate, but it's just to follow the short-term trend, whether it's the buyers that have power or the sellers. So that's what I'm trying to focus on rather than anticipating, because anticipating, it gets you into trouble. Anyway, so that was EQT, and the last one was Specs, which was the kind of the best trade of the day. I took this a couple of times, trying to make this a little bit smaller so you can see my entries. Right, okay, so where are my entries? Make this a little bit smaller. All right, so these are my entries on specs. So I traded this, I think, 3 times. Overall, I had 5 trades today, which is really good, and 28 executions, which is fine, which was within the limit. And I don't even remember exactly where I got in for all of them, simply because I just, like I said, I went long only, so that might give you a clue. I got in pre-market as well. Let me make this a bit bigger. Sorry. Where's this handle? I got in before market open. Here we go. As you can see this. Actually, this is still not the whole picture. Okay, so I must have cut a bit out, but I got in probably about 8 o'clock or thereabouts, 8:30ish, and I made a little bit of profit selling it here. There's a cross. So my first two. So if you look at the time, these are my first 2 trades. I got in 8:32 at 3:29 and 3:21. And I sold a little bit there and there, and that's what those 2 initial red little triangles were showing. And I think I held on just a little bit, and I got out before the market opened. And in hindsight, I mean, you saw this. It had a little bit of a kind of fight at the market open. It wasn't really that straightforward kind of stop the trade. But I did get in. I think my first trade was buying here and then adding a little bit more, which decreased my average. Always risky with these low floats because you just don't know whether they're going to roll over or not. But this was my price I was going to get in at the 9. So my stop loss was at the 9. Now I haven't marked this chart up. I apologize for that. I thought I did mark it up, but obviously I didn't. Anyway, my apologies for that. So the point of this was just to go with momentum. That was it. And I think I sold everything. So this, I think, is one trade, these 3 triangles. And my second trade on this was in here long again. And I think I must have sold it in 4 parts. And then I got in here again, which I think was my third trade here. And I added a little bit more here at the VWAP, and I sold everything at 364 because it just wasn't cracking. And it seemed to have this downward push, obviously. And I think I was holding 600 or 800 shares at this stage. And I really didn't want to lose everything I had or anything I had for today, especially since these things are quite volatile. I mean, look at it now. It's gone to nothing. And I got out here for a bit of, I think, a $16 loss. So if we have a look at that, I think it was a $16 loss. Where is it? Yes, that's what that was it. So all up, oh sorry, I didn't show you my P&L. All up $414, which is really good considering the market action today. But I mean, yes, this was a good day from a learning perspective because I came today knowing that it's going to be different. It's only half a day and tomorrow is a day off. So I wanted to see how the price action would be. And it is different. There's not really a lot of volume. There's a little bit of, actually, there's a lot of choppiness. And most stocks, I think, are controlled by computers today. So not that much really to choose from. Now, if you just have a quick look at Cara, I'm about to sign off, guys, but have a look at Cara. It's just going from strength to strength. So this was actually, a minuscule trade now in the scheme of big things. But, no complaints whatsoever. My daily target is $300 on Cara. I was lucky enough to make not that much, $48, but hey, I'm not complaining. Look, if I can do this every day, well, I'll be stoked. Anyway, guys, wishing you a very happy rest of the day. I know the market's only open for another couple of hours or 3.5 hours. So if you are trading, be careful. And I won't see you tomorrow because the market is going to be closed. So I'll be back on Wednesday, and that will be day 20, which is officially 1/3 of the way into the challenge. So take care, guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.